ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಎವ್ರಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಸ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹೌ ದೇರ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಇಂಟು ಅ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಕೆರಿಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನೀಗ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ನೀಟ್ ಇಸ್. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದರು, ಆದರೂ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋಂಗೆ ನೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಈಗ 2019 ಶುರು ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಮುಂಚೆ most of the private colleges had their own exam, and we also had what is known as the state induced exam known as the COMED. Aditittu iga national eligibility cum entrance test is what is done by this at a national level to have a uniformity in identifying the competence of children. So this national testing agency, this is a premier specialist autonomous and self-sustaining testing organization. ಇದು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲೂ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಟ್ ಅ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಿಂದ ನೀವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಟು ಅಸೆಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಎಫಿಕೆಸಿ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ. ಇದೆಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂದರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಇದಿಷ್ಟೂ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಇನ್ ವೋಗ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ 2019 and it has been approved by various government orders at the center and followed by state. This address all of you should have, so that any queries relating to counseling agli, admission agli, yakandre only 15% goes to the all India quota, the rest is the state quota al barutte. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೀಮ್ಡ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ್ ಅಪೆಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಏಮ್ಸ್, ಜಿಪ್ಮರ್, AFMC ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರೇಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಜನರಲ್, ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ್ ಭವನ್, ನ್ಯೂ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ಕಾಪಿ ದೀಸ್ addresses so that you will be able to identify your queries. ನೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ರನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್. ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದಟ್ you have a correct email address and a mobile number that has to be given to your application for the online application, and make sure ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮದೇ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿದೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಈ ನಂಬರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಯಾರ್ದೋ ನಂಬರ್ ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪುನಃ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರದೇ ಇರೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. So you should ensure that the email address and mobile provided are your own parents, guardians, and because all information will be sent from the National Testing Agency on this registered email address only. The whole process of online application is in 3 steps. First will be the registration form, then application and fee payment. ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, or at stage by stage you can do. First you have to generate your application number. The system will generate an application number, and the candidate should provide all the personal details while filling the online application form. The candidate himself will be able to create a password and choose the security question and enter an answer. You should be very careful of this, because for everything this is important that you maintain your password and choose your security question. And after successful submission of your personal details, application number generate ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಇನ್ನೂ what are the factors necessary to complete your application will all come online. Personal details ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ you need to identify ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಮಲ್ಲಿ you will be able to answer, whether it's in English, Kannada, or ನಿಮಗೆ 13 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ your medium should be your language of comfort. So if you choose English, everything will be only in English. But if you choose any other language like Kannada ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, you will be able to identify both in English and bilingual application ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Even your question papers will be in 2 languages. And you need to give your education details. Then all these have to be scanned and uploaded. That is your recent passport size, your signature, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ಪುನಃ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ಸ್ ಥಂಬ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ನು, ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್, ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್, ಮತ್ತು if you are claiming under any disability, of any physical disability of equaling to 40% disability ಇದ್ದಾಗ, it's called benchmark disability. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟು ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಫೀ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ನೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂದನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೋರ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಪೇಟಿಎಮ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ GST ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈ ಕಾಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಯೋರ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಪೇಜ್, ಯೋರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಡ್ OMR ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಇದು ಮೂರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಇಮೇಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಟೋರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎನದರ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸಂದೇಶ್ ಅಂತ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಂದೇಶ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಮೇಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ NTA ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ದು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಆಯಿತು. ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಸಿಟೀಸೂ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಟು ದ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಅಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡೇಟ್, ಟೈಮ್, ಶಿಫ್ಟ್, ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪುನಃ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸತಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಪುನಃ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್. ಸೊ regularly you should keep checking for updates on all these sites. That is the National Training Agency, then the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, that's the central government one. And if you are looking at Ayush seats, Ayush Ministry, and the Director General of Health Services, New Delhi. And there's also this MCC, the Medical Counseling Committee, which helps you in choosing, and your seat allocation is most of the time advised by them. And other concerned authorities, like nam state allidre, you'll have to look up at the KES sites, the Directorate of Medical Education, for anything or any of the doctoral appearance sites. So syllabus bandu tamgella gottirange, it's a science related topics, so basically biology, physics and chemistry, what you have learnt in your class 11 and 12. Most often it is from the NCERT. That's why the state syllabus ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇದೇ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ನೀಟಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪುನಃ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ 3 hours 20 minutes, actually 200 minutes. And it involves 180 questions, 45 in physics, chemistry 45, and 90 biology girutte. Totally the marks will be, for every correct answer it is 4 marks, and you will also have negative marking. So it will be 720 total marks with negative marking also in place. These are some of the few points you should understand when you are you'll have 2 sections, section A and B. Section A will be about 35 marks, and section B will be there will be 15 questions, but you need to answer only 10 of it. So for section A, and nimge gottirange idu predominantly there is no theory questions or anything in this, it's always the multiple choice questions. So when you look at section A, MCQs, to answer a question, you need to choose an option which corresponds to the correct answer or the most appropriate answer. But if there's any discrepancy or tappu kandalli, and you can process the challenge of the key verification ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it is addressed in the following ways. Correct answer ಗೆ 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ -1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೂ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವನ್ 0 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 1 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಆ MCQನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 1 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, then +4 marks will be given to all those who have marked any of the correct options. But options galu, if all options are found to be correct, then 4 marks will be given to all those who have attempted the question. But ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ದ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ದಟ್ 4 marks should be given to everybody. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ 15 ಕ್ವಶನಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು 15 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 10 is what is going to be marked, and there will also be negative marking for section B2. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಅನಾಮಲಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪೆನ್ಸಿ ಕಂಡಲ್ಲಿ then it will be addressed in the following way. One is that you get, for the correct answer you get 4 marks, for the incorrect answer you will be getting a -1. ಅನ್ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ 0ನೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 1 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ +4 ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅವಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ 4 marks ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಎರರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಎರರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನೇ ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ ಅಂದ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ದೋಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂಥ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 4 marks ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. So they are advised to do all these calculations with the constants given. So basically ಇದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೆನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮೆಥಡೇನೆ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಡಿಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೇಡಬಲ್ OMR ಶೀಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಬಾಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಪೆನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು OMRಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಟ್ಯಾಂಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ anything which leads to tampering of the OMR will lead to debarring the candidate for a period of 3 years. And as I mentioned earlier, it will be 3 hours and 20 minutes. The medium of the question will be all 13 languages you can choose. But if you have chosen this medium when you are filling up the form, it will be, the question papers will be given on that medium of instruction only. So be careful in choosing your option. ನಾನು ರೀಜ್ನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ರೀಜ್ನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಬೈಲಿಂಗ್ವಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಲೆಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒನ್ ಇನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬುಕ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ NEET CET. The exam is going to be on 17 July. Timing will be between 2 to 5:20 p.m. and the person to enter ಅಂದರೆ 1:30 ಆದಮೇಲೆ no candidate will be allowed to enter the hall. You need to be seated as early as possible by 1:15. Important instructions will be giving, and invigilator will take some time to check all the documents necessary. Booklets will be distributed by about 1:45, and writing of particulars on the book by 1:50, and the whole process starts from 2 and finishes by 5:20. Age criteria for persons to appear for NEET will be, the minimum age is 17 years. On December 31st of last year, 2021, they should have completed 17 years. And the upper limit is though not clear. Of late it's been said that it is to be about 25 years is the upper limit to appear for these exams. And Indian citizens or overseas citizens of India can who want to do the undergraduate medical course in India can apply for this. And NRI ಆಗಲಿ the overseas ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ non-resident Indians ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲನೂ they are eligible for medical dental colleges, but it's subject to the rules and regulations which are formed by the respective state government. It doesn't go only with the government of India, but it is also modifiable by the state government. rules. This is what I meant. Your topic or syllabus will be physics, chemistry, biology. It can also be biotechnology and English. And then your qualifying marks depends on the category under which you are claiming. General merit 50% is marks to be qualifying. For unreserved and general with the economic weaker society also it's 50%, and students from abroad also it's 50%. 40% comes to the non-creamy layer of SC, ST and OBC, and the ones with disability, that is the physical disability, which is called the benchmark disabilities. Ivrige matra now it comes to 40% to be qualified. The procedure of admission depends on the way the seats are categorized under All India quota, which is about 15%, and the rest 85% is given to the state. And central institutes agbodu, deemed university, they have their own seat matrix, and you also have the central pool quota seats. So all seats including NRI quota as well as management are only seen in private, unaided minority and non-minority medical colleges. Government colleges, all the seats are completely free and for the merit students. The counseling for these successful candidates for seat under 15% of all India and 100% including the 85% seat quota takes place. This gets conducted by designated authorities. Iga namma Karnatakadalli namge Karnataka Examination Authority is the one which conducts these counseling procedures, but after notifications or seat allotments or seat identification by the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences and the notifications issued from the medical education. And the result of NEET will be utilized by other entities of central and state government also. So it's not only for medical and dental, but the same categorization or the same result or merit ranking can be used for when candidates want to go for BSc nursing courses as well as any of the allied health sciences. Also for the veterinary courses, the same rank list is being used. When it comes to the constitutional right of reservation, for this with regard to admission to MBBS and BDS, the general category belonging to economical weaker section ge 10% prati course alli irutte, and other backward belonging to the non-creamy layer, there is 27% of seats in every course. And other backwards who are belonging to the non-creamy layer, they are listed as per the following criteria. And coming to the scheduled caste, yeah, it will come to SCs ge 15% of seat in every course, ST will be 7.5, and persons with disabilities 5% of seats, whether it's open category or general with economic weaker category or non-creamy layer. In all this, disability people will have 5% in any of the categorization. And when it comes to disability, they have to have a disability of equaling or under 40% impairment. Either with andre odado disability irbodu locomotor, or visual irbodu kannina disability, or even matadadralli severe dyslexic, they are also considered under the physically disabled category. So it goes by the various rules, and the certificate should clearly say severe dyslexic category idre ee thara going by all these rules, the categorization should be made very clear. Yeah, with regard to disability, you can also know that scribe is allowed. Scribe andre iga drushti mandate tumba iddu avrige bariyak agde iddaga, then a person is provided to them known as the scribe, and ee scribe na ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ there is an additional 1 hour given to such candidates. Then the medical counseling committee instructions are the following thing. As I mentioned earlier, this mainly comes for the All India quota of 15%, 10% of seats in BDS in the Banaras Hindu University, Open University iddaga, or the apex bodies like the All India Institute of Medical Science agbodu, JIPMER Pondicherry agbodu, ಮತ್ತೆ Aligarh Muslim University, ella kadenu MCC conducts the counseling. The rest of the 85% will come under the state quota. Sorry. Yeah, then there may be another peculiarity when two people are getting the same marks. How do you do the tie breaking anta? That is called the interstate merit. Hingiddaga first the candidate obtaining higher marks or the percentile in biology is what is taken, followed by the next highest marks in chemistry and also in physics. Idishrallunu again they all are having common marks and same marks idre candidates with less proportion of attempts andre ಎಷ್ಟು candidate with less proportion of the number of attempted incorrect answers ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಆದಮೇಲೆ last but not the least, candidate who is older in age, between the two candidates who is older, that point also is taken with regard to age. And also one more last thing is even the person in terms of application, yaar munche apply madidaro, that criteria is also taken as a tiebreaker. So for all India quota 15% happens from the MCC and yeah, I think more or less adashte. Few important things why this common entrance test how is it is helping the common man andre this is definitely preventing all the private medical colleges agli ee deemed university galu tamde set of rules madkondo then they put up their own criteria for fees hike. So all this is being cut down by this NEET examination and it will prevent any unethical ranking to all those people who don't deserve to become doctors and into the system. Also I think if there is one common syllabus or one exit exam, it puts less pressure on the students as well as on the parents and hence this since it's come in, NEET is helping a lot of them to focus on a single examination pattern or the syllabus and makes the students more confident and determined. And definitely it helps in giving a equal opportunity. Anybody can apply and with their ranking they can be deemed to be equally competent with everybody else irrespective of their categorization. And NEET doesn't really affect reservations. The constitutional right is still maintained, but there are some states like Tamil Nadu we are still not come under this domain. Overall it remains a fair and transparent method and the chances of seat blocking scams are very less with regard to this particular examination which has been done. This is just to run through ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 25 ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾನ್ ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕಾಮೆಡ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅದು 13 ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಆರ್ 15, private are 4 and deemed universities are 11. So we rank highest with about 68 medical colleges and seat intake in the last few years if you can see the UG MBBS alli total number of seats in medical colleges crossed 10,000. It's about 11,650 seats and with the PG seats also it's about more than 5,000 seats are available in all the state government or ESI and private and deemed universities. So the seat matrix will run on the availability and the whole process is done from the Rajiv Gandhi University and the Karnataka Examination Board. This particular thing is just to show you the preclinical, paraclinical antivi. Preclinical subjects will all be anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Paraclinical alla pathology, microbiology barutte. So with regard to all and the other clinical subjects once they go towards the hospital side, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸೀಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು we are showing.